As the 15th Tibetan Religious Conference, a 3-day event, began in Dharamshala, the Dalai Lama, who will turn 90 later this week, answered a key question that has been haunting Tibetans for years now. Will there be a successor to him, and will the institution continue? Yes, said the spiritual leader in a video address. I have received several requests over the past decade and a half from Tibetans living in various parts of the world that the institution of the Dalai Lama should continue, he told the gathering. If that wasn't bad news for China, who calls the Dalai Lama a separatist, here's more. The Gaden Phodrang Trust, which is the office of the Dalai Lama, will have the sole authority to recognize the future reincarnation, he said. No one else has any such authority to interfere in this matter, he affirmed. China, a so-called atheist state, has openly interfered in Tibetan religious affairs before, even appointing a Panchen Lama, and wants Beijing to decide on the Dalai Lama's successor. But in this exclusive interview to Strat News Global that was first aired in January 2020, the Dalai Lama was quite categorical that any Chinese interference on his succession issue would not be acceptable to Tibetans.
When the Chinese say that we will choose the next Dalai Lama, what is your reaction to that?
That is, you see, look, now Panchen Lama. I recognize one boy through traditional way investigation.
Right.
And then Chinese officially recognize another Panchen Lama. Now, officially there is Panchen Lama, but the Chinese among Chinese also they usually describe false Panchen Lama, Cha Panchen Lama, correct false way.
False.
False.
Or fake.
Fake Panchen Lama among Chinese themselves. And among Tibetan, you see, not much sort of faith.
That's right.
So, if in case Dalai Lama institution is supposed to remain, and the next 15 Dalai Lama, you see, decided by Chinese, then Tibetan, I think, I do not believe that.
The Dalai Lama, who has long favored a political settlement to the Tibet issue, said the Chinese may have physically invaded Tibet, but they won't be able to capture the Tibetan spirit.
How do you see the next generation of Tibetans taking forward the struggle for more autonomy, more...
Tibetan determination, very firm. Generation, since 50s, generation passed, but new generation, their determination as strong as the previous generation, very strong. So physical level, Chinese occupied, but Tibetan spirit or mental level, they never control. So it's a Tibetan spirit, combination with Buddhism, Buddha Dharma, Nalanda tradition,
Right.
very strong. Now, the China invader, they themselves more and more, also the number follow Tibetan tradition, Tibetan Buddhism. So, the Chinese control Tibet by weapon. We influence their mind. So long run, our sort of influence is more stronger than their weapon.
The Dalai Lama was trying to reassure his followers, and the statement from Dharamshala today reflects that. But the fact also is that in the period between the death of a Dalai Lama and the reincarnation or identification of a successor, it could be a period of instability, even uncertainty. And it remains to be seen how the Tibetans, India and China deal with that. I'm Surya Gangadharan and you're on SG News.